The typo.
That's okay. Welcome, everybody, to the July 31st, 2025 Rockingham County Board of Commissioners meeting. We call this meeting to order and ask that everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh. Okay, for attendance, we have all three Board of Commissioners here in the room. We have Superintendent Henry, Allison Kivakowski, Chantel Jaconin, Layla Matilla, and Chuck Nickerson. Over in Zoom land, I see Rich Zabrowski for engineering or facilities and operations. I see a team from the Sheriff's Department, Kathy Stacy, and then someone entitled Owner. Do you want to identify?
What the bill?
Would Owner like to identify themselves? No? Okay. We will move on. We're moving, Joanne Carmody is also joining us. Welcome. Okay, we're moving on to RFP openings and awards. First, we have the opening for the Champion Air Compressor for facilities operations.
I'll make a motion to authorize the senior director facility planning and IT review, evaluate the proposal, and determine the recommendation.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none on the motion, Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
Commissioner Godu.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have an opening for the Dodge Durango Pursuit for the Sheriff's Office.
I'll make a motion to authorize the high sheriff to review, evaluate the proposal, and determine with a recommendation.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Commissioner Godu.
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have there's a physical opening. It's nice that every once in a while, a little ceremonious. Okay.
Well, not get before.
Okay. Next, we have the opening for fiscal year 2026 vehicle equipment upfit for the Sheriff's Office.
I'll make a motion to authorize the high sheriff to review, evaluate the proposal, and determine the recommendation.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
Commissioner Godu.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have opening for the fiscal year 2026 Motorola equipment for the Sheriff's Office.
I'll make a motion to authorize the high sheriff to review, evaluate the proposal, and determine the recommendation.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Commissioner Godu.
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have the award for the Bio #1 refractory replacement in facilities operations.
I'll make a motion to award the proposal for bio refractory replacement to INFAB Refractories Inc. for an amount not to exceed $15,595 as recommended by the Senior Director, Facilities Planning and IT.
Second.
Discussion? We had two bids. This was the lowest bidder and we have budgeted 16,000. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's just right on the money.
Yeah.
That's right.
On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
Commissioner Godu.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have the award for dishwashing and laundry chemicals for facilities operations.
I'll make a motion to award the proposal for dishwashing and laundry chemicals as recommended by the Senior Director, Facilities Planning and IT for the period beginning August 1st of 2025 through July 31st of 2027.
Second. Oh, you have more details.
Three
Yeah.
different ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, so to Hilliard, for Department of Corrections, hand soap for an annual amount not to exceed $1,105 to Imperial Dade for all other Department of Corrections items for not an annual amount not to exceed $9,285. And to WB Mason for all environmental services items for an annual amount not to exceed $23,985.
Second.
any discussion? This was evaluated and least expensive of the bids. So on the motion, Commissioner Godu,
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrello,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Next, we're moving right into the consent agenda. we have meeting minutes to approve for June 26th and July 3rd.
A motion approves the June 26, 2025 non-public minutes and the July 3rd, 2025 public and non-public minutes.
I didn't get a chance to see the latest, whatever was sent after noon time on Wednesday. I think it was the public minutes that came in last. I read everything that was there. I read it Wednesday morning. Do you remember whether it was public or non-public that came in? Cause I'm not prepared to vote on that.
Non-public.
The third non-public meeting minutes.
Is what was there earlier.
No, it was.
That's what's missing.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'd move to table the July 3rd non-public meeting minutes.
And I'll take that to my motion, but.
So, we can make the motion as amended. So tabling July 3rd and approving June 26th non-public and July 3rd public. Any discussion? No, we haven't seconded. So Commissioner Tombrello made the motion, but you actually you didn't second it because you
I
were,
did not second it, right, because I made a motion to table.
I'll
So-
table the second section.
right, so on an amended motion to approve the June 26, 25 non-public meetings and July 3rd public meeting minutes and table not the July 3rd non-public meeting.
Second,
Okay,
That's a good one.
gotta get it.
okay, any discussion?
We had enough.
Thank you, Leila, as always. On the motion, Commissioner Godu,
Yes,
Commissioner Tombrello, and I vote yes. Next, we have the 2025 compliance work plan update for information purposes. And do you want to talk a little bit about that, Shanta?
Yeah, so essentially every quarter we have an update to our compliance to just ensure compliance throughout. We're on task or on time with most things. There's a few things that we missed one of the calls that kind of watch the recordings because they're technical issues that didn't get into the call. The only other piece that'll be updated, I guess the positive of the last 2 weeks is so we're required by regulation to have 2 emergency drills a year. One of them live, one of them tabletop, and in the span of a week, we did both live. So we are in the process, throughout, we were taking signatures, taking notes, timelines, and the water main break, boil water notice will count as one, which is live. And the second one would be the transfer flight. So we have done the debriefs, we have worked very closely with the team on them, kept our own timelines, signatures, and are just in the process of typing it up. So the last 2 being scheduled, we actually don't have to schedule now, so that's exciting.
It is sort of yay.
Yeah, I mean, positive, right?
That's
We learned a
eliminating-
lot. It'll help us in the future. We got a lot of knowledge during it. The team pulled together and it was really beautiful. So as far as trying as it was, it still went well.
Well, I mean, it is an example of where, when the rubber meets the road, that it's nice to see that in time of real need, that everybody rallies.
Yeah.
And get things
It was
done.
great.
So,
But so that's the only other adjustment is the last 2 now don't need to be scheduled
and
because we had them.
Those items, the bottom, ones that being scheduled as an emergency disaster drill on the disaster table. That's,
Those are the ones that we
don't
don't
have to
have to
do.
schedule now, and we're gonna take credit for the electrical switch over and the water.
we had real life events, so
Yes.
we don't have to do.
So we don't have to
practice
make
event.
was,
had plenty of practice in the last.
yes,
Uh,
That's
that's the
exactly.
positive.
I just keep thinking of the Fall River thing and think
Mhm.
how smart we are and how.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just don't think that was really a tragedy that shouldn't happen. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Chantel. We'll move on to the adult medical daycare payout report for June. It looks like we wrapped up, this is just informational, but just for the public, we wrapped up around, I think it was $73,000 of payout for this past year. Hopefully, I mean, it's frankly, we budget for $100,000, so it's a little lower than, we'd like to utilize all of that for the community. We didn't turn anyone away throughout the course of the year, I don't believe, so at least it means where we're budgeting, we're meeting the needs of our residents, and hopefully the program continues to get some,
Well, no, So,
Yeah, if another adult daycare open, that would be, we certainly have money to support.
Right. Does anybody have anything else?
Well-
Okay, then we can move right to the surplus equipment request pursuant to New Hampshire RSA 28(8)A for the Department of Corrections.
I'll make a motion to approve the surplus equipment request pursuant to the NFRC 48:8-A and declare a 2010 E354 passenger van from the Department of Corrections surplus with the items we sold through competitive bidding.
Second.
Discussion? We had talked about this previously, that because of the rust out on the undercarriage, that it isn't gonna be, it was cost prohibitive. It didn't make sense to try to replace it, so we got the new van and now we're surpluses.
I was just thinking that the original, when Jason came in, said, well, it won't pass inspection. Well, we got no more inspections. By the end of the year, but nevertheless, it's unsafe and we shouldn't be driving it. Yeah, and then the hole in the bottom of the car.
Sorry. But
Although, you know, when we talk about that, I never knew that there was 14 states that actually, we were one of 14 that actually still required. I mean, I think it's crazy that cars go out on that road without.
I agree.
Sometimes they come up with these crazy things.
Well, that van alone, I mean, you get $20,000 worth of work to get it back to where it needs to be, and it's not inspectable, so. Non-inspection, it's still gonna be on the road.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
but that doesn't make it safe.
No.
Yeah, exactly, and
Think
then,
about dark windows, or when you pull over, everybody would be dark in their windows. You know?
well, there's still,
Oh, that's right.
no, actually.
That's still violent, it's just the inspection.
Yeah,
Like, if you go to Connecticut and see cars held together, wire and everything else, they can't.
fine. But the tinting is a different statutory provision that's prohibited. And in fact, last year, there was an expansion of the restrictions on tinting. More than anybody needs to know at a commissioner meeting.
Now you know.
Fun fact of the day, no, okay. On the, I don't think we even took a vote, that's on the motions, on the motion, Commissioner Tombrello,
Which-
Commissioner Godu.
Yes.
And I vote yes. That we also have a surplus equipment request pursuant to New Hampshire RSA 28(8) for long-term care purposes.
Make a motion to approve the surplus equipment request pursuant to the Hampshire RSA 28-A. I mean, colon 8-A and declare a VNC washer model HG 65 for long-term care service or surplus with the items to be properly disposed of.
Second.
Discussion? It's been depreciated over the past 10 years, so it's, you know, for our purposes, has no value. Okay. On the motion, Commissioner Godu,
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have the August 1st, 2025 payroll.
Motion to approve the payroll expense in the amount of $1,809,409.25 for the period ending July 26, 2025.
Second.
Discussion?
I'm shocked already, I'm sure, to tell us why it's $300,000 higher than last week.
Yes, the annual earned time, holiday cash outs, and if you include payroll expenses, you're pretty close to $300,000 between the wages and the
Yeah.
payroll expenses.
A lot of happy people walking around the cash out.
Time to hit some folks up for a loan, maybe?
Better, but it's nice to see we're out of doing any fiscal year 25 AP runs now.
Yes, all right.
That's good. Moving forward, makes it easy when you don't, no longer have to do two runs. Okay, on the motion, Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank you.
Next, we have any commissioners' reports this week,
I have a couple things.
by all means.
So first, I would like to congratulate the sheriff's department for successfully receiving a Granite Shields grant for $195,000. It's relative to their drug task force and the success that they've had with that, and they deserve a commendation for the hard work, and obviously the state recognizes their excellence and recognized it as a worthy operation to continue to fund. So I was very happy to see that.
And it's working with the community, some of the area communities too, the county communities.
Right, there are other communities that they're engaging with.
When there are officers from those departments that are part of the drug task force, so that's great. It's nice.
So.
I think we should offer them ice cream.
Coming in another week. How about next week?
Major Bass Show would say yes to an ice cream sundae.
And one other item that I would like to raise is that Kathy Stacy has expressed some concerns about the configuration of her office space and the glass specifically, where the openings are and such. And I've discussed this with Jude, and she set up a meeting for Wednesday at 9 a.m. For us all to discuss what's going on and come to a conclusion to see what would be helpful. And I understand that Commissioner Tombarello would like to attend that meeting as well. And because there'll be two commissioners there, we should call an official meeting, although we won't conduct any business. It will just be a discussion on what's going on and what.
Might as well all come and all.
And yeah,
I'm
obviously.
just learning of it now, but.
Right, so yeah, obviously you should come too if you're available, but this is important. We haven't had a lot of issues come up with the building, but this one is, and we need to come to a good conclusion to understand what's going on and what we need to do to make everything good for the public to be able to use the facility. So should I bring up a new meeting or can you just call a meeting?
I think we just need to notice it up, and so we don't need to call it per se, but we're
Okay.
just gonna,
We'll
we'll
notice
notice
the
that
meeting.
meeting.
Okay,
And thank you, Leila. Oh, she's always you're so great about getting it posted appropriately for us, so thank you for.
that's all I have.
I think that Warren Street and
Harvey,
Harvard.
well, both, I think they are scheduled to be there. Jude is handling that, and I know she's invited the appropriate parties. I don't know exactly who she's invited.
Just me, the ice cream social. I came yesterday, I had my ice cream sundae. I got caught going in for doubles, but that's all right. I was really getting the amazing part. Shirley Barker's granddaughter was one of the people actually serving ice cream, so
Oh,
it was nice to have them there, and that went over really good with all of them. And I want to thank the sheriff's department too. I know we had an incident that we'll talk about later on over here at the nursing home, the sheriff's department, and the local PD helped us, so we thank them for coming over here and helping us out.
excellent.
That's it. Yeah, we're really being nice to the sheriff today. The sheriff's not there. Major, make sure you tell him we're being nice.
He's there.
Oh, is he over there? Oh,
We just
all
got
right.
around.
all right,
Okay.
Hey, Tom, I'm here, so
all right.
I just have a larger gravitational pull, so the camera focuses on me.
That's all right.
I do like the shirts though, so.
Yeah.
Mixing it up for summer.
All right, we'll move on to Department of Corrections. We have a discussion about the chaplain position. Yes.
Yeah, we're all set. We don't need to have discussion.
All set?
Yes, great.
Okay.
Check that box.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to facilities operations. We have a request to reject the proposals and republish the RFP relative to the electric utility vehicle.
Make a motion to reject the proposal received for the electric vehicle, utility vehicle RFP, and authorize the republishing for the RFP as recommended by the senior director of facilities, spending in IT.
Second,
Discussion?
Jude said that the bids were not appropriate. One didn't have the right specs, the other one had no money associated with it, so. A bid money, I know it seems silly, but nevertheless, he's gotta put it back out to bid.
On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have a request to vacate the July 17th, 2025 award and republish the RFP for the Hay Tedder.
I'll make a motion to award the proposal to MB Tractor and Equipment for the Hay, Tedder RFP, which was approved July 17, 2025, and authorized republishing the RFP as recommended by the Senior Director of Facilities Planning.
Second.
Discussion?
I spoke to Jude about this yesterday, so the one that they were getting, came back with a number of problems. They didn't get it. The MB was awarded it. It has some stuff from the factory that it has to go back. And we wouldn't see it in the year 2025. So Jude wants to send the RFP out. There's a local Brentwood company that actually has one. So the RFP will go back and, they do have one in stock and we need it. So.
Right. That's good. And the equipment, if it's. All right, on the motion, Commissioner Godu,
Yes.
Commissioner Tombrello,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Next, we're moving on to Human Resources. We have an exception request for qualifying event benefits administration in the county attorney's office.
I'll make a motion to approve an exception request to personnel policy regarding qualifying event procedure and benefits administration for a county and attorney employee PS as recommended by the Senior Director of Human Resources.
Second.
Discussion? This was just a error in understanding the system. It's in terms of what the age cap out is for dependent care FSA, so
All right.
I'm inclined to approve it. So
You'll find it.
on the motion, does anybody have anything else? No.
No.
Commissioner Tombrello,
Yes,
Commissioner Godu,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Next, we have a exception request accrued time cash out form deadline for long-term care services.
I'll make a motion to approve an exception request to personnel policy regarding approved time cash out on deadlines for long-term care services employee JM as recommended by the Senior Director of Human Resources.
Second.
Discussion? You know, I'm generally not opposed to this within a certain limit. I guess my only concern is, are we, by approving this, does it set a precedent for how far? And it, like, how much after the deadline could we expect this in the future? And I think, you know, I feel like, you know, this was just a error tied to being on vacation. And given that it's within 30 days, I'm okay with it. I would say going forward, if we had another exception request of this nature, beyond 30 days, I'd probably be not so inclined to approve it.
That would be
Would you-
helpful for me to know so that I can tell people if they come beyond that time that it would not be because you set that standard.
Yeah, someone could say this, I mean, based on approving this, and again, the objective is to like help, you know, make accommodations when it seems reasonable and, you know, helpful to. If we're getting them in December, that's a problem, so.
We don't want to set a precedent
Yeah.
that employees think that anytime they want to
Correct.
change, they can change, because it's
I
gonna
guess.
turn your department upside down.
Kinda, it definitely impacts the financial lens too. We're trying to do it at all time. That's it. It's a one shot in and out, movement of the monies and applying them.
Want to suggest some, if it's a matter that someone is out on leave of some sorts, that
Right.
maybe within 7 days after coming back from.
Well, they don't come back for 6 months before.
Oh,
I
wow.
think-
I think within 30 days
That's-
of the established
Right.
deadline, for any reason, whether they're on leave or they forgot, or they put it in the box somewhere.
Well, I think we'll evaluate the reason, but I
I'm
think
making them submit stuff. I am
So,
making them submit.
my thought is generally we would still get an exception request, but it's just my personal belief is that after 30 days, I'm less inclined to approve an exception request of this nature. And with respect to approving something of this nature, the facts of the specific delay would be relevant in that decision.
I mean, I think the bottom line is that they gotta get the money one way or the other. I mean, we would never keep that money. All right, Chuck, I'm looking at you. I mean, that's their money. I mean, I know we want them to do it when they're supposed to do it.
I mean, there's a benefit to both the employee and the county having paid out now, 'cause it's at a lower rate of pay versus maybe add separation.
And I like when you, one before sent the letter, I wrote, if they
Yeah.
acknowledge that they made a mistake.
Yeah.
We've had some in way years and years ago, we had the caddies, the paper, I mean, we had more. And we finally put a stop to it, we said no more exceptions, but I mean, you know, no more doesn't mean no more, I guess. Yes.
Any further discussion? On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello,
Yes.
Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have the Years of Service Award event invitation, which maybe we should,
Make a motion to approve
you
the,
have to choose one or two.
Rockingham County 2024, 2025 Years of Service Award Event Invitation Option. I looked at both of them, both of them, you
Up to, you know.
know. I like number one.
One.
Number one, I was at number one.
I like number one. I'm looking at it, you know, like. Cause I'm thinking, and I went back and forth to it from 4 to 8, 4 to 8, and my eyes thought that I saw 8:30. So I had to keep playing with it, but I said, I know what they're trying to fix
Okay,
it, but.
I'm calling the motion, on the motion, Commissioner Godu?
Yes.
Tombrello, and I vote yes. Next, we have a second motion for utilization relative to the Years of Service Award. Electronic signatures.
Approve Utilization of the Board of Commissioners electronic signatures for the invitation selected for the Rockingham County 2045 Years of Service event.
Second,
The motion, Commissioner Tombrello.
Yep.
Commissioner Godu?
yes.
And I vote yes. Next, we have long-term care services, Health Pro Heritage Amendment to the Therapy Services Agreement approval.
Make a motion to approve an amendment to the therapy services agreement with Health Pro, Heritage Rehab and Fitness LLC, and authorize the chair to sign all necessary documents as recommended by the senior director of long-term care.
Second,
Discussion?
It's
Yeah. It's
essentially, we utilize the device for our falls, for AI, for fall management. The company is contracting for the phone, it's actually less money than the one that we currently have and is more easily movable, so it's beneficial in more ways than one, so it's just.
We're
looking to switch it.
sunsetting.
Yes.
Sunsetting this equipment integration. Okay. On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello.
Yes.
Commissioner Godu?
yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank you.
Next, we have the Sheriff's Office, the grant acceptance agreement for the Substance Abuse Reduction Initiative.
I make a motion to accept the award of the 2026 to 2027 Substance Abuse Enforcement Program grant in the amount of $195,000 and authorize the sign all necessary documents as recommended by the High Sheriff.
Second,
Discussion? I think Commissioner
We
Godu,
already
you
did.
already gave some discussion, so on the motion, Commissioner Godu?
yes.
Commissioner Tombrello, and I vote yes. Next, we have department head updates. I'm gonna start in Zoom land. Sheriff, why don't you take it away since,
I'm just disappointed today because the only person not wearing a colorful shirt is Steve Gadul, and usually he's the one that wears them.
It's red. I'll wear flowers next week.
No, and honestly though, on this grant, we're just really ecstatic over here that the state recognized that, you know, we are fighting the drug problem that's in Rockingham County, and I appreciate the amount of money that they gave us, and like Commissioner Coyle said, the other towns that are that are on it, and we're really hopefully be able to take a good dent out of this drug problem. And that's it. Have a great week.
thank you. Rich, do you wanna give us a facilities update?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I gotta say, Jude's not even here and she's still making my job easy. So I appreciate that. But yeah, in facilities, we're getting ready next week. Monday night into Tuesday morning, we're gonna be tying in the new water main line from where they laid the pipe into the Mitchell Ground area. So that's gonna be a shutdown. We've had a meeting already. We talked to Chantal and everybody on that side. We're doing it overnight to have the least impact possible on everybody. We will have a couple of people here during that time on site. And we're bringing the plumbers in early in case there's any issues when they turn the water back on. But other than that, we had a new grounds person start this week. So we're happy to get one position filled. And other than that, we're just status quo and staying busy and trying to do the best we can.
Thank you for that, and thank you to your team for making accommodations to minimize the impact of the water line project. Again, this is gonna help the county for a long time, but you know, there is actual impact on it right now, so we appreciate all your efforts to do it at night, get people in early, you know, and all of your team's impact efforts too.
Thank you.
Thanks. Kathy, join us from Fenway Park again.
Yes, always my favorite place in the world. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to let you know we closed out the month with good numbers all the way across. Between some of them are 18% above. My transfer tax is 20% above last year. Same time, LCHIP is 15%, and our regular receipts are 18% above. So that's always a good start for the year, I'm pleased to say. I was hoping, I know, you know, Commissioner Godu mentioned we're having a meeting next week, but I would like to, for us and whoever else is in the building, our section, if we can, have a discussion about access to the building, because I know that you guys have made a decision with regards to having the front door locked all the time, and that's really a problem for me, because I'm the only office really that deals with the public all the time. And we're keeping a count of exactly how much foot traffic we have and how that is going to affect my staff having to stop what they're doing to try to let people into the building. You know, I don't care that it's a phone, I don't care that it's a buzzer, it still distracts from the business at hand. And I really think it's going to be really cumbersome for my staff, and I don't appreciate it. I've never been even asked about it. So I'm hoping at some point we can have a discussion about it. It is a public building. I realize that I'm told by Commissioner Godu that the county attorney is concerned about safety or what have you, and I get it. I mean, to me, you know, if it's a matter of having a deputy at the front door or whatever you want, whatever, I think it's a better option, because no matter what, if we're letting people in the building, we have no idea why they're there. They can just call us and we can just let them in. We don't know if they have a gun. We don't know if they have a knife, nothing. So, I mean, there really is no security, even though you're locking a front door. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. So I think that we really need to have a discussion about it, and I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Chuck, how are you?
Good. Obviously back from vacation, so settling in, trying to get caught up. Taking care of the last bit of grant filing, which was due today, was the ARPA SLFRF. Since this is for the quarter ending 6/30/25, it meant that it was also the annual narrative filing for the recovery plan performance report, which is now up to like 33 pages. So it's like individually 60 projects for more narrative form. And then also the regular financial portal filing. So everything is totally done for the month.
Oh,
So,
great.
yeah.
Well, thank you for getting all that done.
Yeah. And just trying to get back to, we have the auditors coming in next week. As you might recall, and thank you commissioners for allowing a different auditor to take over from the previous one, CBiz. As far as doing the 24 audit, get us caught up with that, and then we move right on to the 25 audit. So we will have company on our floor for next week.
Great. Thank you, Chuck. Chantel.
Hello, our census at the nursing home is 132. We are at 47 at the assisted living. We do have one staff member who is positive for COVID. And then just some general items, still working through the dietary transfer, some of the items kind of as they come up. I did type, however, I found typos in it, so I'm gonna fix it before I fully give it out. There's some feedback we got from the cafe, primarily for my staff, as well as I know facilities. So we kind of typed up a some of the questions and some updates on that that I was gonna hand out, but I'm gonna do so after I fix that typo. Specifically around, we had switched to an order, so you were ordering, but when the line's long, you only have the 30 minutes. But also trying to balance waste and those items, so there's a handful of kind of updates surrounding that. So I will send that out to you as well as the OBDs for their departments. That is fixed. Our policies are live, we have officially finished the implementation phase, which is exciting. We have an internal training, where we're training the staff on Monday, so we'll be able to start actually editing the policies. As we edit them, we can publish them, so we'll be reviewing all of our policies, so that's very exciting. And then Jill has officially started as the executive director over at Assisted Living, though Kendra is still with her through that transition right now, but we are excited to have her. I want to, just gonna keep going quickly, I apologize. I do really want to say thank you to facilities for the timing of the water meeting coming up. It is significantly easier to plan for than what we've experienced and for our patients, so I appreciate that. And the last item, I will send it out so that it's open, but wanted to give you the date. So we have a gentleman coming on September 17th. It's a Wednesday to do training for our staff. We can open it to families as well. There'll be sessions around dementia training. However, one of the sessions will be a leadership training, and there'll also be one that's around more mental health, anxiety focus. So if anyone would like to send their staff in the county, I will get the agenda out to you, and you're welcome for them to come in as well, and we'll have it. So excited for that. He's a wonderful speaker, so. And that's it.
Excellent. Allison.
Hi, so the ice cream truck made its debut yesterday to a long line of people as it drove in. Everybody seemed excited and enjoyed it. We made sure the scoops were done and Carrie picked them up and brought them right to the freezer for the overnight staff and everything else. And we have had some positive feedback from that. We're still assessing the electronic management bids that RFP responses. They've been very comprehensive. We're being methodical about it. And Robin has been very helpful in the IT piece. She has scrubbed all of them for us to make sure that whatever decision we make is the right one for the county and all those that will be using it. The recipients that were notified, their department heads of those that are getting awards. I just want to confirm that you are registering them pretty quickly and making determinations if they're staying overnight or just going up for the day or whatever. And just to confirm that they're going to be there, because I'm working on the awards back and forth with Danielle. And a bittersweet note, which I'll send you the email, I'll give you the email, is Gary Fornari, our area vice president for Gallagher. His wife decided not to return to her school job and retire, so he has decided to retire along with her. He contacted me on Friday and talked to Julie. I thought something was wrong with the account because it was this, can we really talk to you right away? And unfortunately, they're not able to release due to contractual terms and agreements of who is going to be coming over for our account. But it is somebody that is highly regarded in the industry that they brought on. And nobody else in our team is going to be moving away. But he wanted to share how proud he was to work with the county and with the Board of Commissioners over these past few years. They will be coming on in September with the new person to give us an update on our account and everything like that. And they want to make sure they meet with the Board of Commissioners and address any questions you may have about them. And so, but he was very kind and very appreciative to have that time with our county. He considers us very special and one of his top accounts across the board. So.
And he's been an excellent rep. His clarity and explaining complicated issues.
Yeah.
The next guy in is gonna have some shoes to fill.
He's had some conversations about our account with the owners and stuff, so they are not gonna put somebody on that. They want to have the same sort of relationship and coordination of benefits and stuff like that. So that's why you can't release the name, because it hasn't been between the higher ups signed off on yet. But he will not be back next week. He just is working out his book of business and transferring all that and kind of doing those things that are required of him. But otherwise, he would have been up here. I just want to let you know.
Really love his wife. He retires.
Yeah, yeah,
That's pretty.
so he just.
I'm
he said
13
that-
years older than Mia. When I retire, she's gonna keep working. I hope she watches this room, because she ain't. getting done. She ain't getting done, because I'm getting done. I'm holding on to my
You're going with her.
Oh, that's so.
All right, then we're gonna transition from there. Allison, do you have anything else?
I just have something in old business to open that, thank you.
Jason? All that. You wanna make a nod to your work?
145, in-house today. Like to thank Drew's department. We have, some flooring going on in our staff lounge and then dining area and the elevator area, which is gonna be really nice and split up that area. So we've got to move out some vending machines and stuff, but look very forward to that. Some interesting stuff. We're due for our NCCHC audit, but we've kind of been ghosted a little bit. I think a lot of it's have to do with the cuts federally and everything else that's going on. Along with PREA ought to be coming soon, but since the money was cut out of there, we're trying to figure out how that piece is gonna go, because we still are going to continue with that, because it may change again from down the road. So we're not gonna stop with these audits, those kinds of things, but it's just making it a little more difficult for us to track down of who, where, when, what we're on top of it. I have some new business, but I can bring up right now.
Yeah.
Something you think about, Hillsborough County, some conversations back and forth. I know back the day we made a vote not to send females over, but a lot has changed. They now have prime care for medical, a new superintendent. A lot of things have changed in them. Didn't know if you'd be okay, an opportunity for the new superintendent to go over and talk to the board. And if you're not, that's okay too, but he would like the opportunity if you're okay with it.
I think I'm personally open to hearing from what's different. I mean, the conditions were pretty horrendous.
I agree.
So, but obviously, new administration, new programming, but like, we're always open. I mean, frankly, when you think about the population and where they're generally located and access to loved ones who might visit, Hillsborough is a lot easier than getting up to Carroll County in many instances, so.
And for medical purposes, 24-hour care, and I think we'll come on the prime care.
Yeah,
compared
so,
to-
but I personally, I'm comfortable with him coming to speak with us and.
I'd like to hear from them.
Okay.
Data is always helpful.
Sure. And that's all I have. Thank you, and I'll arrange that and work with Layla and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Sounds good. All right, that concludes our department head updates. Now moving on to new business, old business. Does anybody have? Allison?
I have old business, if that's possible. We, as you know, the board approved, we had a, Motivate Me as our wellness platform. And Cigna had sunsetted that, so we had to move over to their new platform, which is much more comprehensive apps, much more accessible to wellness, well-being solutions. The implementation, we've had some minor system issues that we're working on with addressing with Cigna, but some of those have been corrected behind the scenes. However, next week, we're gonna bring forward for consideration, maybe some slight changes to that, just because the parameters that we have behind the scenes, they are not able to work with us on, but it's a national platform. They can't make some of these adjustments system-wise. It's a system-wide thing. So I'm gonna bring forth some recommendations to amend the approval on a couple of the items on that and for consideration for the board, because right now we're kind of at a standstill with them. They're making some adjustments behind the scene. People can still go on and do some activities and stuff like that. But it's the rewards part of it. It's the how we will give awards to gift cards for the spouses and stuff like that they can do behind the scenes. And we were gonna do the cash for the employees. The other situation is we have never allowed anybody onto the Motivate Me, the previous one, unless they were in our system in Cigna for the new plan year. We'd like to open it up across the board for anybody, any new hire that comes on, they'd have access to the system. I think it's a good marketing thing. It's a retention tool. It gets them into the system. And we want some of those behaviors on the wellness end for those people that are using our insurance to have those touch points through the wellness program to keep them active and involved. I did talk to Chuck. We feel it would be minimal dollars because it could be a swing on that. But for the potential payout this last year, the employees that had signed up, the potential rewards would have been 116,400, but we actually paid out 53,620 because either they didn't complete what they were supposed to do or submit stuff. On the spouses, it was a potential of 18,000, but we actually only paid out 10,375 because they didn't complete all of the elements of the requirements for that. So Cigna, I'm looking at it from July 1st of 24 to June 30th of 25. We had new hires, 85 eligible Cigna potential employees that came on that would have picked our insurance, could have picked our insurance, but also during that time, we had 28 employees leave us. So that was kind of the, number. It's not that significant, and talking to Chuck, we could absorb any, he figured it would be about maybe 8,000, anywhere from 57 to 8,000.
Yeah, because you're looking at only about 1/3 of employees are completing
All of the
all the requirements to get the max amount. And from what I've heard so far, it's like there's a little bit more effort that's involved of individuals to earn amounts or rewards now, and it's smaller increments, I think, individual increments, I believe. So
I'm just letting you know, we've had some hiccups. It didn't go as smoothly, but it was a national platform that changed. So a lot of people that hadn't changed last year, we were one of the ones that didn't. We're all migrating on for their new plan year. Ours is July, summer, January. And there's just been hiccups through the system, and it's brought forth some concerns and things for us to go back and look at and bring forth to you next week. But that was all. Thank you.
We'll just wait and see. It's a little harder than nebulous, but I think once we see.
Thank you.
Is there incentives for the people that take the buyout to get some of those monies?
No, because the whole point of having, the whole point of having the wellness
I
program.
don't think softball counts.
Yeah, the whole point of having a wellness program is,
I
it's kind
joined the
of tied.
co-ed softball team at 67, I should get something.
Well, it's tied
Today I
to.
played that time, I did.
The satisfaction of
Yeah.
I
playing.
got a hamstring this morning, that's what I got. All
So,
right,
thank you.
I'm always trying.
Yes, you are.
Okay. With that, we're gonna move on into any other new business or old business.
I just have one very quick thing.
Absolutely.
31 years ago today, I became a father. So I want to officially wish my daughter Alicia Lazowski a happy birthday. 3 kids, soon to be 4. So today's her birthday, right around this time too.
I'm sure with 3 kids at home, young children at home, and one.
She's not watching this.
Probably never will.
Tell us she has to watch today.
But the sentiment is appreciated for everyone else. Anyway. Okay, we're gonna move into public comment, and I see Joanne Carmody is here. This is your opportunity to have the floor.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can, thank you.
Okay, great. My name is Joanne Carmody. I am Julia Carmody's mother. Julia is an employee of the dietary department right now under Whitson's. I think you folks are pretty much aware at this point that those employees have not been reimbursed for the earned time that they had accrued, whether it's paid time off or vacation time. I did talk to Commissioner Tombarello about this, and so I'm not sure if he's passed the message on. I'm sure he must have. The issue is that, and I called both HR, Rockingham HR, as well as the Labor Board, and the Labor Board told me that they can file a wage claim, and as well they can file a complaint with the Labor Board. I did also ask them about what the law was in the state of New Hampshire. They basically told me that it all depends on the paid, on the whatever says in the handbook for that particular company. I did look that up, and Whitson's handbook says that paid time off, and they say the same thing about the vacation time, is not carried over year to year. Any accrued or unused PTO will be forfeited at the end of the company's fiscal year, which is in June. So that to me initially sounds like, oh my gosh, so these people are not going to get any of the earn time. Where it gets a little confusing to me is I think if I got the information correct from Commissioner Tom, that so initially it was Glendale, and then Wixon is part of Glendale or not?
Whitson's
Purchase.
Acquired Glendale. I have not been able to get my hands on the handbook for what Glendale had. So employees who had a time off accumulated there, was transferred to Whitson, according when I look at my daughter's paychecks. So I do feel that the county has some responsibility in making this right somehow, simply because it is, I think, my understanding is the county is the one who wanted to get rid of Whitson's and go with Sodexo. And the issue is these folks were told in May that they could no longer put in for time off because they were short-staffed and time off would not be further accrued. So therefore, they had no option to use up some of the accrued time, the time off that they have on the books. So I think they have a valid case in wanting to get that time off that they had accrued reimbursed. How the county can handle this, I don't know. I'm just hoping to get some feedback from you folks as far as, what can be done.
Sure. This is Kate Coyle. I'm sorry for the circumstances you're going through, and I sympathize with the plight of your daughter. That all that being said, the county itself doesn't have any control over what a vendor does. And so I think you were, to the extent that the avenues you were pursuing seem appropriate. Obviously, I don't practice labor law, so I can't give you any advice in that realm, but I think, we don't have any control over what a private company does. And we didn't it wasn't that we got rid of Whitson's, there was a bidding process. There was the RFP went out. There was an extensive process to interview all the bidders. And at the end of the day, we went with a different vendor after that exhaustive search. So I would just say that from not a commission, just a layperson perspective, I think you seem to be pursuing the right avenues and, but beyond that, I don't see that there's much we can do from the county side.
I would just suggest that it sounds like you do have a legitimate complaint with Whitson. If they refuse to allow you to use the accrued time, and then they refuse to reimburse you for the accrued time, that seems unfair to me. But again, the county isn't involved here. That's a private contractor. They have their own policies. I would suggest that you are already in communication with the Department of Labor, and I would pursue that and try to get a resolution between your daughter and Whitson.
If I could just add, this is just not about my daughter. There are a number of employees down in Dietary, some of which have been with Rockingham County Dietary for many, many years. I myself was once an employee of the Dietary Department. My daughter is 48 and she has been with the county dietary department since high school, since she got out of high school. And I do feel that the commissioners have some clout in this. Not sure what that is, but I do think that maybe a little bit of a pressure on Whitson's. I understand they have a private contractor, but you folks are the ones who decided to hire them on. I think you are also the ones who decided to let them go because, in all honesty, things were a mess with them. My daughter and the rest of the staff went through a lot while trying to deal in a reasonable fashion with them, and they were not good employers. They were not.
You and this is Tom. I know you and I have had a couple of conversations, so
Uh-huh.
I did take a look and I asked Elaine, Chantel's next assistant, to ask just for a question I asked was to ask what kind of monies it would come out to if we were to be able to, it's over $100,000.
Uh-huh.
So we don't have a line in our budget that says an outside vendor made a mistake, Rockingham paid their bill. So unfortunately, we don't. I did take and call Jordan Little from Sedeco, who's he's got a big term, senior vice president of operations or something, who's a good guy. He's a new guy on, and I wanted to just make sure that we weren't walking back in to the same situation, and their policy is different than what Glendale and Wixon did. So I know I told you that it could be a Department of Labor thing. I feel bad because I'm a firm believer, but there's, like I said, there's no $100,000 fund that we have for vendors that made a mistake. So I'll do, if you need some Glendale numbers, I might find some in my wallet that I can let you call some people and steer the Glendale side of it up. But unfortunately, I think, you just have to keep working at it.
I would also just add that if there are a number of other people who this has affected unfairly, that if you coordinated with them and got some records of how many hours that they had to give up and were not allowed to take, I think that would strengthen your argument when you go to the Department of Labor. Unfortunately, we don't have any official influence over this situation. I think the best that we can do is offer you our advice.
That's pretty disappointing to hear. Again, I think you do have an idea how many people were affected just by that $100,000 figure that Commissioner Tom has mentioned as far as what these employees are owed. This is just, again, it's not right. And what I'm asking is that if you have any clout whatsoever with this company, if there's anything, any recourse you as a body could do, we would certainly appreciate it.
We hear you.
Can we go to the department? Can the county go to the Department of Labor
No,
and
it's not our-
complain about another company? I'm not sure that we
Not
can.
party to it.
Right.
But I will just say, and it's a little solace right now, but we hear you. And that's all, we're gonna wrap it up with that. We're sorry you have to go through this there are challenging times with any employer, and we hear you.
Okay, if I could make one more comment, these employees are loyal first to Rockingham County. My daughter was working 10 days straight at a time because her employer, Whitson's, would ask her because they were shorthanded. Was she doing it for Whitson's or for the residents of the nursing home? You go ask any of those employees, and I think you will find that they will answer because of their loyalty was to their customer, not necessarily to their employer.
We understand. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay. Thank you
All right.
for hearing me out.
Well, we appreciate you joining the meeting and staying on to give us this information.
Okay.
All right. We're now moving into where I don't see anyone else for public comment. So we're gonna move into non-public sessions, starting with, I think we have human resources first, so we'll take a motion to enter into non-public.
Motion to enter into non-public and session pursuant to New Hampshire RSA 91-3, forward 3, Roman 2A personnel.
Second,
Any discussion? On the motion, Commissioner Godu?
yes.
Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We are now in non-public. Take care, everybody. We're back in public session after being in non-public session. We had 10 non-public sessions, and I'll turn it to Commissioner Tombrello to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to seal the non-public, items that we had. We had 10 of them. And I would like to have them sealed, indefinitely due to the fact that they could affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board.
Second,
Any discussion? On the motion, Commissioner Tombrello?
Yes.
Commissioner Godu?
yes.
And I vote yes. I think at this point we will, we move to adjourn this meeting for, we'll adjourn this public meeting and
Second.
any discussion?
No.
All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.